Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to talk about crafting accessories, as I think that it is a system that is a little bit confusing at first, but can be pretty simple, although requires luck once you get used to it, and it's a really good way to raise your might and to kind of develop your party. So we're going to talk all about that, but before we get into the video, I just want to mention that I'm going to have guides coming out for everything. We're going to talk about combat, we're going to talk all about weapons and how to build a proper formation, and all the other questions that you have. I'm also going to be reviewing all the healers and also reviewing the new banner that's coming out. So if you want to keep aware of all that content, then just hit the subscribe button and like the video and everything, and you'll know when it all comes up. So look forward to that, and let's talk about some accessories. Okay, so you might have already got to the point where you can start crafting accessories, and you do that in the upgrade tab here, and there's just a nice menu here to select all the different accessories that you can make. And if you think that I have a lot right now, then I might be further in the campaign than you, because that's how you get new recipes. You unlock them as you progress through the story. Now at this point I have all three types of accessories, as you can see by the red, blue, and yellow icons here. So this enables me to kind of deck out my full party with all three slots, which is really nice, and it also brings into full play the sigil system, which we'll talk about. But in terms of crafting accessories, you're going to select the one you want, and you'll need the mats for it. And I'm going to tell you right now, don't be stingy with your mats. Don't be stingy with almost anything in this game except for secret books and the character upgrade stuff, because you can farm it. Even the secret books you can farm. It's a really low drop rate, but you can farm everything, and you can farm overnight. So don't be afraid of spending your resources. You're supposed to be constantly creating more stuff, pulling more weapons, and upgrading all your stuff. That's part of the game. So don't be hanging on to your items. Now there are some rare items to make. For example, right here, this pendant is going to increase your critical rate, which is really good if you have Heath Bell. It's really good in general on a damage dealer. So the mats for this accessory are a little bit harder to find, and I don't know if they're shared across any other accessories, but if they are, then I would, save them to make more of these, because to get your best accessory, you're gonna have to make a lot of them. So let's kind of explain how that all works. We'll start with the power bracelet here, and you're gonna see it has a main auto skill. So all accessories are going to have this auto skill. You're also going to be able to look at all these sigil effects. When you create accessories, they are going to be assigned one sigil effect upon creation, and it's going to depend on which unit you use to craft that accessory. So we'll talk more about this, but you can just check them out right here with this little info button. So you'll see that I have all my units, and it's going to say how proficient they are in crafting this accessory. So Ride is an expert. Charles, he's got a specialty in crafting this one, but then you look at some of the other ones, like Achel is only a normal. So the proficiency is going to allow you to craft a higher rarity accessory more often, and you want to craft SSR accessories for your characters, because they will start with their skills leveled up higher. So for example, if we go to our accessories here, and I'm going to copy this formation, and we're going to bring it over so I can mess around with it a bunch. So if we set this formation here, we're going to take a look at our accessories. I'm going to take a look at a couple ones from different rarities. So here we have a power bracelet. It's got attack +7. Now I'm going to look at the normal version of that, and it's got attack +5. So having a higher rarity accessory will just have a better effect. So now let's go up to the attack bracelet on SSR, and this is maxed, but it's going to have higher abilities all around. So if you start with a SSR accessory and then level it, which will be harder to do, it will take more experience, you're going to end up having the highest values for all of your abilities. So that is why we use these experts and these specialists to to make our accessories. Now, it's not going to be that easy because there's more than just the rarity of the accessories. So for example, let's craft with Ride here. Now Ride is going to assign one of his 4 signets or sigils to this equipment. So if I'm actually shooting for a different one, then I'm kind of in trouble. For example, he's got Stout, Swift, Vital, and Calm. Now if I want Ace, he doesn't actually have Ace. So if I want a power bracelet with the Ace sigil, I'm gonna have to use somebody else. For example, I could make it with Charles, and at this point I have a lower chance of getting a SSR accessory, but I can get the Ace sigil. So this is where it becomes a real crapshoot, and we're not even done yet with RNG, but if you want to shoot for certain sigils, then you're going to have to play around with your units. So this is actually a big part of collecting units because it will allow you to have way more different types of crafters and more sigil arrangements to make your best accessories. So let's go back to Ride again. We're going to create these, and I'm actually going to we'll create 10 of them, and we'll take a look. So I just created 10 accessories. Good job, Ride. And you can see we've got a bunch of rare ones. We've got 1 super rare and we've got 2 normals. Now that's not the only thing going on here. They've all been assigned sigils, but they also have all been assigned ranks. So you can see here that this one is a rank 1 and it has no auto skills available, which sucks. So it will gain auto skills every few levels. I think there's a specific thing like 3, 5, 7, whatever it is. It will gain an auto skill, but now let's take a look at this super rare power bracelet. It comes with, or actually sorry, that's a bad example. Let's take a look at this rare one right here. This one is rank 3, so 3 stars comes with 2 skills. So 1 star is 0 skills. 2 stars, 1 skill. It's just 1 less auto skill, and the max is 5. So a 5-star accessory is going to have 4 auto skills. Now, you might be thinking, well, if you level an accessory, it's going to gain all the auto skills that it's supposed to, and that is correct. But the time spent leveling those skills that you don't have won't be increased. So to get the maximum bonus from an accessory, it has to be a super rare accessory craft, and it has to be a 5-star, which means it will start with all 4 auto abilities, and all the abilities will be at the highest level 1 state. And then when you go to level 15 with that accessory, you will have the best possible version of that accessory. However, that's not even including sigils. So you can see where this starts to become a real crapshoot of how to build your accessories. But the good news is, don't stress over finding the perfect accessory and thinking, I can't do this until I get it right, because you can just farm infinite mats for accessories. So let's say, for example, we take a look at our accessories, and I'm going to go back to our example party here. If we go back to our accessories, I've got a rare accessory here that's 5-star, and I maxed it out. Rare accessories are going to take the second to least amount of experience to level them up. So I figured, you know what, I can farm this and I can craft this and level it up. Why not? And I didn't get too bad of an accessory here, and in the meantime this is going to be a really good might booster for me, and you can see, like, increasing your break power by 25% isn't terrible. It's pretty good. So there is a big boost to doing it this way. Now you might think, why is my break armament a gauntlet on Redden? Well, I'm going to get into that in just a second when I talk more about sigils, but just to summarize, you want to try to shoot for top rarity, top rank of stars if you possibly can, but in the meantime, equip your units with good stuff. Like, for example, it's really hard to craft these lucky charms, which increase rates of critical hits, so I've just got the best one I've been able to craft so far in Heath Bell, and I've been upgrading it. But in the meantime, just focus on developing your party, and you'll have a lot of time to create good accessories in the future. So finally, the thing I'm going to talk about is the sigils. You might notice that on all of my characters, I have sigil bonuses on, except for Charles got messed up. But the rest of them have sigil bonuses active right now, which is pretty awesome. So when we take a look at the Breaker Cuff, the sigil auto skill increases your HP by 20% when 2 matching sigils are equipped. So I get that because I have this Guardian necklace equipped. So this also has the same sigil, obviously, because it's just the one skill that you get. But I have 2 of them equipped, and then again I have this one here. So I could actually take, now that I've crafted this, I crafted it this morning. I can actually take this off and give it to somebody else, and I could put a different piece of equipment on him because I have the 2 needed to get my bonus right here. But looking down at Heathbell, he has the increase the defense and magic defense by 20% when 2 matching sigils are equipped, and I've done that to increase his stats. Now these are not the preferred sigils that I want on my character. I want a critical sigil on Heathbell. I want a magic attack one on Achel. I want a power one or a break one on Charles. But that's going to come. Right now I'm just focusing on getting my might up and playing around with the accessory system, but there's going to be things that you can shoot for in the future. So going back to our accessories again, oops, don't want to upgrade them. Going back to create our accessories, we're going to look at our sigils again. There's going to be some sigils that you need 3 different sigils attached to get that bonus, and most of them are going to be 2. So for example, let's take a look here. So if you can get 2 of the adept sigil accessories equipped, you're going to have increased attack and magic attack by 15%, which is pretty good, and you can put that on an attacker. There's steel, which is great for your tank, and ace is amazing for your attackers, especially for Heathbell, so you want to shoot for that if possible. And there's lots of really cool ones. There's also ones that you need just one, like for example wall, lead, you only need 1 sigil attached to these, and they're pretty neat. So starts battle with a damage barrier if 1 sigil is equipped. So that's really nice if you have ace equipped on your Heathbell, so 2 of his accessories are fulfilling the ace bonus, then your 3rd accessory can be one of these solo ones, and for him you would probably want something like honestly, any of these are really good for the solo ones. Starts the battle with immunity to debuffs, or starts the battle, resistance to debuffs. That's really huge later on, because you don't want to be hit with lock or feeble or frail or whatever the other stats effects are on your damage dealers, because if their skills get locked out, then you're kind of hooped. So that might be a really good tech choice on Heathbell for certain fights. Or maybe if there's battles where you just need their status effects are really brutal, then there's multiple things here. Sorry, I got that mixed up. And then there's also the sigils that you need 3 for them, and they're really crazy. So Storm increases your soul burst gauge generation by 60%. So obviously if you get that on your leading man or girl, then you're going to be able to soul gauge burst a bunch of times, which is real nice. And even increasing the generation speed of the brave gauge by 15, that's really solid as well, especially if you have a unit in your party that has a super costly brave ability. You want to be able to recharge that really quickly. Okay, so the final thing I want to show you is when I go to the accessories here and I've got all my sigil bonuses matched up, I can auto them all, and you're gonna see that it's not actually matching up any sigils, except for this one where I only had the 1 option for the thing, so I still have a sigil bonus here. So right now you can see as this flashes, Redden's gonna have plus 3075 HP. I'm gonna take off this gear right here, and he only has plus 1055 now. So that's a huge drop. He just lost 2000 HP from losing that sigil bonus. So if I equip this back on again, you're gonna see sigil effects flash on the screen, and then now it flashes. He has that 3000 HP bonus, which is really nice. And again, with Heathbell, he only doesn't have that many boosts right now, so we're going to equip another one of these, and the sigil bonus is going to increase his defense and his magic defense, so we'll go ahead and we'll do that. We're going to see the defense was plus 49 and plus 55 for magic defense. Now we'll take this off, and it's plus 12 and plus 11, so we're losing a 40-point difference in the defense increase by not using a sigil bonus. So that's just to kind of show you how powerful these sigil bonuses are and why you shouldn't just auto equip your accessories, and that's why, even though I don't have the proper sigils on the proper characters yet, I am working with the accessory I want them to have. For example, Heath Bell, I just really want them to have a lucky charm, and then I'm working just to get that sigil bonus. In the meantime, it's huge for your stats, and down the road I'm going to be looking to get Heath Bell a much more compatible sigil, but you don't want to sleep on these stats that are available to you, especially when you unlock your third slot. It becomes really easy to fulfill the 2 sigil bonus, and then you can equip your favorite accessory as your third if you want. Although for the support slot, there's not as many recipes, and they're a little harder to craft right now, so at the moment we're kind of it's not easy to just roll a bunch of times like you can with the power bracelet, for example, but it's something that you can keep in mind when you're trying to build your sigil parties. So that's going to be it for this video. Let me know if that was useful, or if you have any other questions about accessory crafting. You really just need to put some time into it, and then just kind of work on it from there and get your party a little bit stronger so that you can take on some harder bosses. But if anyone has some good tips as well, please share so that everybody can benefit from that. And with that said, I'm going to take off, so thank you so much for watching this video, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching this video. You can show your support with a like and subscribe, and by checking out my Patreon at patreon.com/MysidiaGaming. Until next time, keep it real, Mysidians.